Hi, welcome back to my garden. It's a little bit gross here today. We had about a foot of snow kind of the end of our midweek and then there was like a day where it was super nice and I posted a video, and then that night it turned to rain, so then it got like really heavy and slushy, so it hasn't been as nice since. But I really wanted to do something gardening today, so I thought that I would try some winter sowing for a bunch of different things, mostly flowers and then also some edibles. So yeah, I prepared 3 seed trays, and because I haven't done this before, I thought that I would use maybe half my seeds and do them into individual cells so that I can kind of count like the success rate and know for next time. And then as a backup, like if nothing happens with these, then I can still start some indoors and then transplant them out after. So I'll have some backups. So for the soil mix, I kind of just used like the soil mix that I had around and then mixed in a bunch of pumice just so that the drainage would be a little better. And pumice can also retain some moisture, so it kind of does both. So I figured they would be happy with that. And then I have 4 different kinds of edibles. So I have some broad beans, spinach, arugula, and broccoli. Okay, I just have 6 of the broad beans, so I'm just gonna press them into their cells. And I'm gonna label these right away so that I don't mix them up. So those are the 6 broad beans, and then I'm gonna do 6 of the broccoli. And the broccoli, I don't know, it's pretty small seeds, so I think I might do like 2 in each, just so that there's a backup. But I'll do them on opposite corners, and then if they all happen to germinate, then I can separate them out a little bit, or, you know, we'll see. Sweet, and I made sure that the mix that I'm using is like well moistened, so I'm just gonna cover these ones a little bit, just so that they don't wash away. These ones I can close in. And I think the point is to try to simulate kind of winter conditions, but like of a milder winter. So I'm gonna put these in the greenhouse when I'm done, and then just keep them kind of moist. I don't think they'll go dry because it's like so damp here, but we'll see. If things sprout and then they start to use their moisture more, then I'll kind of keep them watered. But yeah, for now it should be pretty straightforward. So it looks like the arugula seed's gone bad. Like something's happened to it. I'm not sure if it will show up on camera. It's like, I don't know, like fungusy or something. So I'm not gonna do that one. Okay, so the arugula was kind of a bust, but the spinach looked good. And I figure with the spinach, you need like so much of it. So I might just do a bunch, and then I'm doing 2-ish, 2 or 3 per cell. And then I can just like separate them if I need to. Also, this seed is from last year, so I'm not sure if it will still be as likely to germinate as if I had gotten it this year. So I think it'll be good to have like a little, kind of a little buffer. Getting a little bit more generous near the end. Okay, this might end up being like a ton of spinach, but I feel like we could probably have it as a microgreen too. So if a bunch of them end up coming up, then I can just like snip them when they're young, or, you know, maybe leave the biggest of each cell, and then just cut the other ones and just like eat them and then plant the big ones out. Okay, cool. So that's that one done. And then I'll move on to the flowers. Okay, so for the flowers, I did quite a mix and I'm excited to see what happens. And these are all ones that I actually have like quite a few. So I have like Most of the packs have at least 50. This one has 80. Anyway, so I'm gonna do maybe 2 per cell and just like see how they do. And then I think I'm also gonna direct sow some in the garden. And then I think I might also start some indoors as well. So the ones that I have are nasturtiums, and I have a Bloody Mary mix. And then I have our native red columbine, which I like love. And I've tried growing it before. I don't know if I did something wrong last year, but the seed didn't germinate. So, and then Verbena bonariensis, which is like the little kind of lavender purple lollipop verbena. And then a red dye amaranth, cupcake white cosmos, Cosmos rubenza, which we grew this year and I loved. It was kind of like different shades of purples to like burgundy. Indian Summer Rudbeckia, another nasturtium, this one's the trailing mix, Cosmos Bright Lights, Sweet Pea Elegance Formula, California Poppy, and I don't think these ones will like being in the cell, but I just wanted to try it. There's 500 seeds, so I thought even if I end up wasting some, it's not the end of the world. I just wanted to see if it would work. And then Calendula Orange Button. So I'm in the greenhouse and you can tell it's like pretty kind of like frosty and moist on the windows, but everybody's all tucked away. And I ended up covering basically the flower seeds, I just covered lightly with like a really gritty mix, kind of just to keep the seeds in place. And then the ones that I knew needed kind of darkness to germinate, so like the sweet peas, the broad beans needed to be like a centimeter deep or whatever. So those ones I just like pressed a little bit deeper, the nasturtiums as well. And then everything else just got like a really light cover. And I'm basically gonna just keep an eye out on them and see how it goes. It's a total experiment. I do have some seeds that I'll start indoors end of January. So the things that need kind of 10 to 12 weeks pre-end of frost or pre-last frost date, which for us is kind of the end of April. I'm hoping that some things might sprout pretty soon though. So yeah, anyway, I'll keep you posted. Thanks for coming along for today, and I'll catch you next time.